Hi creative friends, today we're going to paint this beautiful rose and greenery wreath in a hexagon frame. This is a great tutorial for beginners. You can use this for greeting cards. Valentine's Day is coming up, but this is also appropriate for birthdays, thank you cards, or anything in between. So grab your supplies and let's get started. So I have this hexagon shape that I've cut out with my Cricut. My watercolor paper is about 5.5 inches by 7.5 inches. I have my jar of water, some paper towel, my watercolor paints, and I'm going to use primarily a round size 2 brush for this demonstration. I'm going to start by placing my hexagon on my paper in the center-ish, because you know how I am. I'm using a drafting pencil from Generals. I'm going to just lightly trace Now I'm going to remove just a little bit more of the graphite by using a kneaded eraser, one of my favorite tools. And you can stamp it like I am right now, or you can also use it like a traditional eraser. I don't want to erase my lines completely, so I'm just kind of stamping it. I can still barely see the line, and that's good enough for me. I'm going to wake up my paints with a spray bottle. I'm going to use primarily pinks and greens. The pink that I'm going to use is the quinacridone magenta. It's a really perfect pink and red. It's such a deep color. I really, really like this color. I'm going to use that as the main pink color, and I'll use it in various values. And for the green, I'm going to use mostly the Terre Verte, which is one of my favorite greens. And I might do a little bit of the Davies gray. You'll see what that kind of looks like. It's like a greenish gray color. It's really beautiful. I'm going to use this just to kind of fill in spaces, but the majority of it will be the quinacridone magenta and then a little bit of and then some of the Terre Verte and then a little bit of the Davies gray. I'm going to do mostly roses with the quinacridone magenta and then add in the leaves as I go around. I really just love painting roses. It's one of my favorite things to do. And since my roses are quite small, that's why I'm using the size 2 brush. I just kind of press and drag and having the petals sort of overlapping. If you want to see a more in-depth tutorial of how I do these roses, you can check out the tutorial that's posted in the description box and also right above. Since I'm not taping off the frame, I need to be careful not to go inside the shape. I want to give that illusion that it's coming right out of the frame. Like some of the elements seem like they're kind of cut off. I always like to start with my elements kind of spread apart because you can always go back in there and fill in, but it's really hard if you start putting roses right next to each other, then it's really hard to kind of go backwards. So now let's add in some of my leaves. And again, you want to have some of the leaves kind of coming right out of the frame, coming out of the roses. Okay, I know it looks a little awkward, but that's okay. Again, I kind of like to establish the shape and then go back in there with some more. So I'm going to add some more roses, but make them a little bit lighter. And I'm going to add some, details in there later, but for now, that's fine. Okay, and then add some more leaves again. It's always about kind of like balancing and making sure that nothing feels too overpowered unless you have an obvious feature element. All right, now I'm going to add some of the Davies gray. I'm going to do like skinnier leaves with these. Just kind of have them sort of helping to fill in the shapes. Okay, my roses should be basically dry, so I'm going to add some more. I'm going to add some more details with the darkest of the Quin Magenta. Just makes them feel a little bit more like 3D. All right, at this point, if you wanted to stop, you totally can. If you wanted to outline your frame with like gold or something, that would look so... I'm convincing myself I'm gonna do it. All right, I'm gonna grab the gold that I have in my palette right here. Oh, beautiful. My brush was a little too watery. I'm going to outline the leaves like I have been the past couple of videos with just a line down the middle. And it's just a quick line. It's not meant to add that much more detail, but just enough, if you know what I mean. And there you have it, a really simple painting that you can use for a greeting card, or you can punch this shape out and then put a picture in it. So many possibilities. And this shape can also be a circle, triangle, rectangle, square, a long hexagon, whatever you want it to be. So really let your creativity shine. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you followed along, please tag me on social media at Audrey Ra Design and use the hashtag #PaintWithAudrey. And I'd love to know what you think of this tutorial. And if you'll give this a try, let me know in the comments. Give me a rose emoji in the comments if you like this tutorial. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.